Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. Once again, Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey here for WKYT. The news continues at 12:30. Some parts of the bluegrass saw something we haven't dealt with in a while.
That's right. Thunderstorms moved through southern Kentucky this morning. Kenny Lewis shot this eyewitness video outside the Fall Rock Post Office in Clay County. Heavy rain, even a little hail fell in that area. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is in the First Alert Weather Center now, tracking what's on the radar now. Thunderstorms, Micah.
You know, it's pretty wild to see that. We were in the 30s and 40s this morning and saw a few thunderstorms roll through. It's just incredible to watch, especially this time of year. I mean, this time, look, it's not extremely rare to get thunderstorms, but it is pretty rare to get those when you're sitting there in the 40s. It's pretty remarkable. First Alert Defender Live Radar. There is your look over toward the east and southeast. It's just a soggy day in store. Look, it's going to stay that way for the next 24 hours. You got some time on and off showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, working its way through the Mountain Parkway area and also Hal Rogers Parkway. And check out these temperature differences. 50 Harlan, 36 Covington. So there's a huge swing in temperatures across the region, and you can see your next 24 hours, well, it doesn't really change all that much. We sit at 42 there at 4 p.m. right here in central Kentucky. And then as we go throughout the night, it looks like we'll hold on to steady temperatures. They don't really fall that much. Right there in the lower 40s, we pick it right back up for tomorrow. 45 there at 1 p.m. So it is getting better, and it actually will be right around average as we dry some things up toward the afternoon tomorrow. Focus of the forecast, though, is still that rainy period as we take it off toward Friday, Saturday, the weekend. Doesn't look great. Part of it looks decent. The other part, very soggy. And I'll show you which one of those in your 7-day forecast about 10 minutes.
All right, let's get to the news. A man accused of leading police on a high-speed chase through a small town that even went into a few yards had a big day today.
This morning, Joseph Watkins went before a judge to answer to the many charges he's facing in Powell County. WKYT's Victor Puente was there for the hearing. He shows us what happened when Watkins and what he had to say in our top story at 12:30.
This arraignment lasted just a few minutes. Joseph Watkins didn't say much about the charges against him. Clay City police say he was the man behind the wheel of this truck that led them on a chase across Powell County. It started Friday night when they tried to serve a warrant for a burglary charge. Watkins' wife told me today he is innocent of that burglary. He thought he was helping relatives move some stuff out of a storage unit. That chase ended when a Stanton police officer tased Watkins after he got out of his truck. A Clay City police cruiser was totaled when it rear-ended his truck. He told WKYT during a jailhouse interview he didn't know why he ran. His charges include burglary, resisting arrest, reckless driving, fleeing or evading, and 5 counts of wanton endangerment. He'll be back in court next Tuesday for his preliminary hearing. In Powell County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. Watkins' bond is set at $7,500 cash.
A 6-month-old baby is dead and her grandmother is facing a murder charge after a late-night crash. The crash happened on Parker Road in London near the hospital there in Laurel County. The car rolled several times before hitting a pole. Police tell us 6-month-old Ivy Worsdale was in a carrier in the front passenger seat. The child was not strapped in. The baby was taken to St. Joseph, London, where she died. Her grandmother, 46-year-old Melissa Worsdale, was taken to UK hospital. She's now in the Laurel County Jail and charged with murder, driving under the influence, and other crimes. According to deputies, Worsdale said she had taken Neurontin and methadone before the crash.
A coroner has a new theory about how a Mercer County couple ended up dead in their home. The deaths of Bruce and Glenda Noel were ruled a murder-suicide back in September. The Mercer County coroner tells the Advocate Messenger that officials now think Glenda was killed by accident while trying to stop her husband from killing himself. The change comes after authorities talked with relatives and reviewed evidence in the case. Family members said Bruce Noel suffered from depression. 3 people charged with shooting a Domino's pizza clerk answered to the charges against them. Patrick Brand, Robin Adams, and Rico Penix appeared in court and all pleaded not guilty to first-degree robbery and first-degree assault. Zoe Reed was shot during a robbery at the Danville Domino's September 15th. She continues to recover from her injuries. 16-year-old Nathaniel Sinclair Davis is also charged in the case, but he was not in court today.
A coroner is waiting for autopsy results to determine exactly how an eastern Kentucky preacher died, but community members think he was bitten by a snake. 52-year-old Woodrow Fields died Friday night during a service at his church. He was the pastor of the Everett's Free Pentecostal Holiness Church in Harlan County. People who knew Fields say that snake handling is common at that church. Investigators say speed and wet roads were likely factors in a crash that killed a Madison County teen. 18-year-old Austin Lee Tillery died yesterday. A state trooper says he saw Tillery's BMW speeding down US 25 south of Berea. By the time the trooper turned around, the same car had crashed into a tree. Tillery's funeral arrangements have not been set. They're being handled by Lake's Funeral Home in Berea. Well, if you travel part of New Circle Road in Lexington, the state is putting out a warning about a major traffic impact.
There will be no emergency lane on New Circle in both directions from Versailles Road to Leesdown Road. The speed limit will also be cut to 45 miles per hour. Also, drivers coming onto New Circle from Old Frankfort Pike will have to stop at the bottom of the ramp. It's all part of a major construction project to widen the road. Now, it's expected to last until at least September of next year.
The Fayette County school system is moving forward with a plan to try to cut down the gap in classroom achievement. The school board supports a 10-point plan to help improve the balance among students in Lexington schools. The board has a big task of finding a new superintendent to lead the school system, and they want the next leader to put a focus on closing the achievement gap.
That when we think in terms of the next person who's going to hold this particular role, there has to be a shown and demonstrated commitment to equity, not only in terms of just a firm belief in it, but I think we have to be able to look back and see achievements of equity accomplishments.
The board says while they hope to have a new superintendent in place before Dr. Tom Shelton's retirement on December 31st, they will not rush to hire a replacement. They say they will take their time to choose the best candidate for the job.
Doctors had to surgically remove a hand transplanted onto a Bowling Green man because it was failing. The Louisville team transplanted the hand during a 16-hour procedure last week. The recipient, Jim Ray, became the first hand transplant patient in the world to have his own fat injected into his new hand. The medical team will now review the case to find out why his body rejected the new hand. This is only the second time in the Louisville hand transplant program's 15-year history that a new hand has had to be removed.
Well, there's some bad news and some good news about prescription painkiller overdoses.
Ebony Williams has that and more in this Better Living report.
The number of drug overdose deaths involving prescription painkillers more than tripled from 1999 to 2012. That's according to a new government report. But there is some good news. The death rate dropped from 2011 to 2012 for the first time in a decade. A new study suggests risk-based screening misses a significant number of breast cancer cases, especially among women in their 40s. Risk-based screening takes into account family history and breast density. The research is being presented to a national meeting of radiologists and adds to the debate whether women under 50 should be screened for breast cancer. And researchers at Johns Hopkins say if you want to have a healthy mind as a senior, control your blood sugar when you're middle-aged. A new study found people diagnosed with diabetes in midlife are more likely to experience significant memory and cognitive problems in their 60s and 70s. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News.